It's 11:28, 49 degrees at WRCO FM 100.9. We promised Irene one, and we're going to give Irene a big one here. The Thompson Twins. Chris, you have to love the Thompson Twins.
They were so cool in the 80s.
Nobody named Thompson, no twins, but that's all right.
Great music for the weekend. 100.9 WRCO.
Thinking back to the 1980s, besides that song from Slade, Run, Run Away, a couple of other songs in that same typeset jump to mind. I'm trying to think. Square Dance Rap, remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Square Dance Rap. Sort of. Then there's Dexy's Midnight People. Remember that one? Come On, Eileen.
Come On, Eileen.
Yeah, sort of almost a hillbilly feel to it.
Yeah, that takes me back to a certain crush I had on a young lady then.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, we can explore this, Chris Ryan, if you want to.
Well, she danced to the song in homeroom. Once in a great while, one of our teachers was hip enough, believe it or not, that you can listen to the radio a little bit, and everybody was kind of just getting into music, and middle school,
right,
high school,
We had a high school art teacher that let us do that. I had up through my junior year, I had first hour art. And then my senior year, I took an advanced art class, and that was 8th hour. So it was the coolest thing, the entire hour having the freedom to work on whatever artistic project I wanted to, plus listen to the radio, jam to some tunes. So that was pretty cool. Lots of great memories. So you have some memories about that song, then, that particular one by Slade, huh?
Yeah, that one too, yeah.
My goodness. So tough to believe, almost an entire night's worth of 80s Alive in the books here. We're down to our last 22 minutes of hanging out together. It's been a lot of fun as we celebrate the first anniversary of 80s Alive and give away some great prizes and reminisce about the 1980s. Speaking of, and you had brought it up a little while ago, or just a moment ago, about school. In school, what was your favorite subject?
I was kind of an English geek, I guess you'd say. I was in journalism and that kind of thing in high school newspaper. The cool part was, speaking musically, we got to review some albums for our school newspaper. It got kind of cool later on, junior,
right,
senior year. Our editors, one was a good friend of mine, lobbied to get some music, because it was part of the culture. It was part of growing up.
Oh yeah, definitely. High school scene. I mean, how much of your life in high school revolved around music? And ask any high school senior that today, and they're going to say, quite a bit of it, actually.
Yeah, and I wrote a very amateur article about the impact of heavy metal and the fashion and everything, and whether the scene would hang around or not, and interviewed a cross section of people.
What did the consensus say? Was metal here to stay, or was it short lived?
Well, obviously, if you talk to the metalheads, it would never die.
Yeah.
It would be spandex and long hair forever, and the preppy people, here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah. The
so.
preps, the sports, the jocks,
Yeah.
My goodness, so much to remember about the 1980s. That reminded me of one of my favorite 1980s movies, The Breakfast Club. I love that. I absolutely love that movie. And talk about taking every social aspect of high school and locking them in a room for a day. That John Hughes was just amazing, wasn't he?
Yeah, and those movies have endured because you can flip through cable channels and find a lot of those movies from the 80s.
Well, you think about it, especially take The Breakfast Club for an example. A lot of the terminology has changed. A neo Zoom dweeby or whatever he called him in one of those. Kids don't talk like that anymore.
No.
We may have said gnarly and wicked cool and radical to the max, but the lexicon has changed a little bit about the speech and whatnot, but still a lot of the lessons are the same. I mean, in high schools you have people who are out for sports and who aren't. You have some who are misfits. You have some who appear to be totally fitting in and they're not. And that's basically what John Hughes, he touched on that a lot. So he, whether it was accidental or he knew what he was doing, they were made to stand the test of time. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Great movie memories. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go to a very special request right here because I'm a big Poison fan. That's why it's special. And between now and midnight, we have about 20 minutes left for some requests at 647-4155. We'll also get another hand-picked one by you.
Sounds great.
All right. Sounds good to us, too, Chris. I don't know. Does your mama dance? You don't have to answer that if you don't want.
Yeah.
Don't touch it, Chris.
I won't.
Let it go. Yeah, you got to shout, let it all out. If you're having issues tonight, that's a good motto to have in life. Just shout. If you're sick, yeah, just shout, Chris. Shout. See, he's just sick of it. He's had enough.
It's in downtown Richland Center, the place to stop for real home-style school.
Great big thank you for making WRCO FM 100.9 a part of your Sunday night. This is 80's Alive as we celebrate our first anniversary on the air. Adam Hess with you. Chris Ryan, he's in the air chair just left of the control room here. And you know what? Things went pretty well tonight, which means we probably have the opportunity to at least attempt another year here.
I hope it all goes well for you.
You know,
Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, it was a pleasure. I really appreciate bringing your musical knowledge down and your one-hit wonders, your nice little basket out there. That was pretty sweet. Tasty tidbits, I like to call them.
Yeah.
So we hope you had fun and you'll come back sometime.
I hope so, too.
Can we twist your arm and maybe get you to make that long trip here sometime again?
Oh, it was definitely a nice drive and a great 5 hours. It went by like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it really motivates, doesn't it? So that's usually what happens when you start reminiscing. If you think about it, you see somebody you haven't seen in a long time on the street, or you catch them in a store or a restaurant and you start talking, and all of a sudden you look down and you're late for something. You start reminiscing. That always tends to happen. So it was a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun reminiscing about the 1980s with you, Chris. It's 11:53, 48 degrees. We are making our way to the top of the hour. Be sure and join us if you didn't get a chance tonight to pick up on those terrific Poison and Skid Row and Vince Neil tickets. We're going to have them all the way up until showtime, July 24th. And it's going to be a fantastic show at Rockin' the Ridge up by La Crosse. And we'll be just shuttling those off to you as often as we can, so we'll make it fun. And listen again next Sunday from 7 to midnight for your chance to win. All right, with that having been said, Mr. Ryan, we have your final pick of the night.
Another one-hit wonder. We'll keep that kind of
Yeah,
theme going.
we like that. That was actually sort of the unwritten concept of tonight's show.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about it much, but that's how it ended up being, and that's fine. We enjoy one-hit wonders.
And what kind of a co-host would I be without getting a one-hit wonder in with a female name in the title?
That's right. We love the women.
Yeah.
You have to love the women.
I mean, I never knew anyone in high school named Jane. But the song's about Jane. Jane's getting serious. It's like one of those boy-girl friendship things, and Jane crosses the line.
In high school, if you told me Jane's getting serious and I knew Jane, I'd be like, run!
Run!
Run, Chris, run!
Run, tell all your friends, too.
Avoid Jane.
Yep.
She has girl cooties.
Well, John Astley sings it, one-hit wonder. I don't think he did much after that. It was from about 87, 88, that time period.
Jane's getting serious. It's a Chris Ryan hand-picked one-hit wonder on 80's Alive.